Hello, my name is Bob Keast, owner of Birdsong Resort and Marina, Lakeside RV Campground in Camden, Benton County, West Tennessee, on beautiful Kentucky Lake. Approximately 5 or 6 years ago, I was invited to the Bassmaster Classic, the granddaddy of all bass fishing tournaments nationwide. We held the tournament down in New Orleans the year before Katrina. I was invited to go down and fish with and observe all the professional bass fishermen. Approximately 60 of them nationwide competes for big money. In fact, people like Roland Martin is on the back of, say, the Wheaties box. So, you know, we're in the best of the bass fishing world. Well, I was sponsoring the women's bass fishing tournament, the worldwide tournament in Alexandria, Louisiana, approximately a couple of 100 miles away from New Orleans. So I was doing the men's Bassmaster Classic and then the women's a couple of 100 miles away. Well, I flew down to New Orleans and they put me up in a hotel and picked me up at the airport. And this was my first Bassmaster Classic to be actually in the boat with the fishermen as an observer. Well, I drew Roland Martin. Roland Martin is probably one of the nation's oldest fishermen. He's kind of like the Bill Dance to some of y'all don't know names of who fishes who. So that morning, early morning, we met at the restaurant. We're getting all of our instructions, and they hand us a little duffel bag. And in the duffel bag was a life jacket like this. Well, now, being in the marine business for 45 plus years, I had never seen a life jacket like this. Didn't know what it was. They had it all in a nice round ball, real small. So I guess when they come packaged up, they come in a little neat ball, and there was a little tie string around it, and next to it was one of these cartridges. Let's see, yeah, there you go. And it had something like this on it. So I'm getting ready to go out, and I'm sitting at the breakfast table with Roland and Roland's wife, and we're having, by the way, he's from Clewiston, Florida, and owns a fishing resort down there on Lake Okeechobee. Yes, I believe I'm getting the right lakes. Okay. So we're there getting ready to go out, and they're busing us and taking us to the Superdome there in New Orleans, and we have matching boats. Everybody has matching vehicles. They're launching us. All the TV crews, the ESPNs, the helicopters are flying. You know, this is a big deal. And so Roland said, well, get your life jacket on. And I said, well, where is it? He said, there, it's in your duffel bag. And so I opened up the duffel bag. I said, Roland, there's no life jacket. He said, it's in that ball. What? So I'm opening it up, and here's this ball. And I said, well, what do I do now? You know, this does not look like the life jacket. So he's kind of chuckling, and he's helping me get it on. I said, this looks like a G-string, okay? Well, as the day goes on, we're fishing, and of course, live on camera, and it's a big thing, you know. And so when and the wind is up, really the wind is up, and we had, right before a tornado. So we had those high winds, and we're fishing from the Gulf of Mexico through the Mississippi River. So you've got to understand that the width of the Mississippi River and the huge barges that are there. And it's a major seaport. So here we're in a 21-foot Ranger and a couple of 100 horsepower engine. So I've got this life jacket on, and these waves are splashing me all day long. And I mean, it was really, really rough. So at the end of the day, they load us up on the trucks. They wash the trucks. We get up there to the inside the Superdome. We're coming up on stage, and I had been wet all day, just soaking wet. Well, as soon as I got off the stage, somebody says, Bob, would you like a cocktail? And I said, sure would. And the cocktail missed my hand and landed on the life jacket, and then it exploded. Here I was on stage with this thing, and all day long I got sprayed with water, and I never did. But let a little bit of Crown and Coke, buddy, this thing blew up, and I said, hey, this is way too much for me. What a day in New Orleans at the Bassmaster Classic.